From time to time, I like to make bike maintenance videos that are a little more basic in nature for those of you who are newer to working on your bike. So in this video, I'm going to show you the quickest and easiest way to add tire sealant to a road, cyclocross, gravel, mountain bike tire. This applies to all of them. You won't need any tools, you won't need any injector or anything like that, except you will need a valve core remover. This one's made by Stan's No Tubes. I would highly recommend picking one of these up. They're very inexpensive and they are very useful when working on tires, particularly tubeless tires. So what you'll need to do when you pick up your sealant, get a 2-ounce bottle like this, because it has a nozzle that's basically an injector to put the tire sealant in your tires without having to unseat the bead. Now, like I said, this is a very quick way to add sealant to your tires. If you've had old sealant in your tires for a long time and you have the time to do it, I would actually recommend unseating the bead of the tire, because a lot of times you'll have a rubber ball that forms inside the tire and you want to get that out. However, if it's a new bike, a new tire, or you are just really in a hurry, maybe you have a race coming up or an event and you need to add sealant, this is the way to do it. So undo the valve cap. Then you're going to take your valve core removal tool, place it over the valve, twist it counterclockwise, and that will remove the valve core. Now, you can do this if you have a pair of needle nose pliers, but it is a lot easier with this tool. Now, I didn't mention if the tire has air in it. This one only had a couple PSI, but if the tire has air in it, definitely let the air out before you take the valve out. Now we're going to put the sealant in the tire, but before you do, you got to take the seal off that's underneath here. And this can be really hard to get off sometimes, so I just take a screwdriver, poke it, and then lift it off. Put the nozzle back on, make sure it's on there pretty snug, and we're just going to put the sealant in the tire. All right, so I make a little seal with my fingers, dump the bottle over, and then squeeze it. And then just squeeze it several times, make sure it all goes in there, and that's it. Now we'll put the valve core back in and snug it up with the valve core remover or valve core tool. And it doesn't have to be crazy tight, but it needs to be pretty snug so that it does not come out when you're airing up your tire or when you're riding. And now we're just going to air up the tire to the appropriate PSI and you should be good to go. The advantage of not having to unseat the bead of the tire is that typically you can just use a standard floor pump without having to use an air compressor. So that's the quick and easy way to add sealant to your tire using the 2-ounce bottle of fluid and the valve core remover. Questions or comments that you have about this procedure, leave those below. Thanks for watching.